Yo, guys, let's get it. I'm at the gym right now. I'm about to hit back with my dog, Brian. I'm waiting for him. He's like 10 minutes away. But, guys, one thing I was just thinking about this morning is our body just literally just lies to us. It's like I slept like 9 hours. Okay, I woke up at 5 a.m., but it's like my alarm goes off. And just because it's 5 a.m., my body is telling me that I'm tired and that I need more sleep when I literally just got like 9 hours of sleep. And it's like our body just does that to us in so many different ways because, okay, that's what sleep, right? But even with hunger, you guys need to think about it like this. Like, the body can go literally up to, I think it's like 3 months without eating food. And then we'll go a couple hours without eating food, and then we'll act like the whole world is ending. You know what I mean? And it's like, in reality, those things that we think we need so much, it's like our body's just lying to us. Like, half of the time when we're tired, we're not actually tired. Your body's just telling you you're tired because for thousands of years, the human body didn't have so much food available. They didn't have so much water available. So the body just had to conserve what it had until the next time it could eat, because they didn't know when was the next time they could eat. It wasn't, consistent. So the human body is just used to being in an area where, they couldn't thrive. But the thing is, it's like, okay, yeah, our body does that to us, but our mind lies to us just as much as our body. And you can argue that it's mainly the mind that's lying to us. Yeah, it is mainly the mind, but it's still like the way we feel. It's still mainly the mind. But another way our mind lies to us, it tells us, oh, I need this drink so that I can have fun. Oh, I need to smoke so that I can go to sleep. And then like our mind is just lying to us that way. So like, you guys need to understand, it's like you need to be conscious that these things are lies, because the thing is, sometimes in life, right, what you get hit the hardest from is the hit that you don't see coming. So if you don't know that that's just your body lying to you, then you're gonna just act like it's the truth. And once you accept something as the truth, that's when you failed, especially if it's something that's not benefiting you. You know what I mean? There's so many people, they're like, oh, be realistic, and their truth is, their truth is the safe route. Their truth is not taking risks. Their truth is, not putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. And they tell themselves that this is the best way to live because I can't take risks because it's too risky. But when you do this, you're limiting yourself from becoming basically your fullest potential. Because in order to become your fullest potential, you need to take risks. You need to be uncomfortable. Yo, let's get it. We made it to the gym. What's good?
Banger. No, I'm joking. Hey, delete that. Wait.
No, I'm not deleting that.
All right, bro. Come on, bro.
Say something else.
All right, let's get this working. You know what I'm saying? 6 a.m. in the morning, putting in work. It's game time, bro.
Yo, let's get it. We in the sauna right now. Yo, how's that workout, bro?
Pretty good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Got busy, got to work. You know what I'm saying? We put in great work today. But and they can always push more and more. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yo, guys, so it's 9:40 p.m. right now. The day's basically over. Usually I would actually go to sleep around 9, but I had so many things to do today that I never even had a chance to catch you guys up. So basically in this, part of the video, I basically just want to talk about faith, right? And how faith is so important into, becoming a better person, right? So, one of my clients, unfortunately, right, he just lost his job, right? So he called me, he's like, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna keep doing the payments. I just lost my job. And he was basically in panic mode, just explaining to me how, everything in his life is, going wrong. And I'm not taking away credit from that. Of course, that's an extremely hard situation. Of course, that's not easy when you lose your job, right? But the most important thing I told him is like, bro, you need to have faith. You need to have faith in God that he's going to be able to provide for you and the people that you want to provide for. And you also have to have faith in your own ability to meet him halfway and to make it happen. Because most people literally, this is what they lack. They just lack faith in themselves. And it's so rare to see that raw and authentic faith in so many people, because so many people have so many limiting beliefs, to where, bro, if you have that many limiting beliefs, you don't have faith. Because having faith is trusting fully that everything's gonna be fine, trusting fully that you are on the right path, that you are on the right boat. And that's what I do on a daily basis. And it's like a moment where I had to have faith personally, right? Because, you know, I was unemployed for around 6 months, right? So I was a lifeguard for around 2 years. I quit that job September of 2024, and then I didn't get my next job until March of 2025. So I was unemployed for like 6 months, right? During this time, I literally went like $2,000 to $3,000 in debt, right? I was in debt during this time, and the reason why I went in debt was because I'm not going to limit my life, and I'm not going to stop living like how like it's like basic things like food and all these things. I'm not gonna stop doing that, because I know deep down, you know, not deep down, but I know in the future that money is gonna mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? It's like anytime I would go out to eat, it's like, dog, this $60 or this $30, I know that in a year from now, in 2 years from now, in 3 years from now, I'm gonna be making so much money to the point where this doesn't matter. So why would I save it now? And why would I just limit myself now? And a lot of people, they tell themselves like, oh, I can't go out, I can't do that because I have to save money. I have to save money. I can't do that because, and when you do that, you're basically telling yourself that you can't just make it back easily. You're basically telling yourself that you don't believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And I refuse to do that. And it's like, these are all subconscious things that I just always knew. It's like nobody really ever had to tell me this. I just knew that this $30 I'm saving is nothing. I'd rather spend that money and eat good or do something that I'm actually going to enjoy than just save that money. And the main reason why was because I had faith. I had faith that I was going to make it back instantly. I had faith in my ability to accomplish things. You know what I mean? Because in life, everyone wants to live good. Everyone wants to have a certain lifestyle, but sometimes they just don't have that faith in themselves to actually accomplish it. And the difference about me is that I'm going to be so honest, even though I was putting zero amount of work, in those 6 months that I was unemployed, I literally wasn't doing anything productive. I wasn't even trying to, you know, better my life financially. But what I did know, like I knew this for certain, is that one day I'm going to start a business and my business is going to become very successful. And I knew that, and I told myself that every single day. And even though I wasn't even doing anything for the business, I just knew that it was going to happen, because I knew that that's the type of person I was. I knew that I was the type of person that has the type of skills that can help other people. And if I start a business with the main goal of helping other people, that's when the lifestyle that I want is going to happen. But the thing is, I need to focus solely on helping people, because you get paid in perpetuity to the size and the value of the problems you solve. So the bigger problems you solve, the more you're gonna get paid. And I always understood this, but the only thing is, I never really knew what was the right thing for me. I never really knew what was, you know, the one thing that I wanted to lock in on. And now today I'm so blessed that the right thing that I had to focus on, God just made it very apparent to me that this is what I have to do now. At the age that I'm at today, this is my calling. This is what I have to do, because there's so much knowledge, so many things I've learned over the years about fitness, and that is my greatest asset right now. And if I'm not trying to help other people reach the same goal that I did, I would be selling other people short. And that's the conclusion that I came to. And I came to the conclusion that what I need to do is I need to help other people get into the best physical and mental shape of their life. And I'm blessed for that. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't blessed for, the right opportunity to become super apparent in their eyes. But what did I do? I prayed to God every single night that his plan should be fulfilled and that he made very apparent what I should do. And I would pray this every single night. And eventually, what I was praying for became very apparent to me. And the thing is, I always had faith. I always had faith that God's plan would just be fulfilled through my life. And life is in stages. It's in eras. You know what I mean? It's like your life isn't always going to be the same forever. Some eras you have to go through deep struggles. You have to go through so many hard things in order for you to become that person that you've been wanting to become. You know what I mean? It's like in order for you to gain unshakable confidence, what you need to do is you need to do that thing that you've been avoiding. You know what I mean? And in our eras in life, there's some of them where we have to be extremely uncomfortable and we need to do that thing that we've been avoiding every single day that we know we should do. There's other eras where there's peace. There's eras where we could just sit back and appreciate everything, right? But the thing is, you can't really appreciate everything if you didn't go through the deep struggles, And, when I was, in debt and I had no money, I always had faith. And the thing is, I got so tired of it. It came to a point where I'm like, dog, I cannot be $2,000. It was like $2,000 to $3,000 in debt for like, dog. I literally got so uncomfortable with it to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm literally just gonna apply to every single job. I started applying to hundreds of jobs, literally. None of them got back to me, none of them. So what did I do? I started going in person. I started going to all these in-person places. I started going to all these restaurants. At first I thought being a server was what I wanted to do. So because I thought servers made good money. You know what I mean? And they do make good money for a job like that. And so I'm like, okay, I want to be a server. So I'll go into these restaurants and then, okay, so they're not gonna fucking hire me because I don't have experience. So I'm like, okay, how do I work around this? And what I basically did, right, is I basically lied on my resume. I said that I'd been a server for 2 years. But the thing is, I didn't just lie and then not try to educate myself as much as possible. I lied on the resume, said I've been a server for a minute, and then I literally studied every single day for like a week straight to know everything that a server needed to know and everything that a server needed to do. I memorized this freaking restaurant's menu front and back. Every single cut of steak they had, I memorized it. And then I would literally just sit in my car and be like, okay, ribeye, Melbourne Porterhouse, fucking, what's the other one? New York strip. Like, I would memorize all the different cuts of steaks. I memorized every single wine as well. I memorized the Chardonnay Cabernet. I memorized the Pinot Noir. I memorized all these different wines. And I put so much effort into getting this job because I wanted it so bad. And I was so mad of not having a source of income, right? And I knew that the first step was me just getting a job so that I can at least stack up something, right? And I didn't even end up getting the job. You know what I mean? This was a restaurant my friend worked at, and I didn't even tell the people that worked there that I knew my friend, because just in case if they caught me lying or whatever, I didn't want to get him in trouble. But a big lesson that I learned from that is that you have to be authentic in whatever you do. You feel me? It's like, if you're gonna, even if it's about shit like that, you can't lie, and you can't try to I mean, I wouldn't say it's taking the easy way out, but the thing is, it's like, lying isn't gonna take you far. And it's like, the person that I am today, I can 100% confidently say that I only speak the truth. Everything that I say is raw how I feel, and it's just only the truth, and I don't lie at all. Because even when I did lie about me being a server in the past at that restaurant, I still felt like low-key guilty about it. I felt like it was wrong. Like, I knew it was wrong, and I knew that I wasn't being authentic. And even if it doesn't even matter how many things I searched up and studied about being a server, there's still gonna be things that I didn't know because I didn't have the experience, because I wasn't in a restaurant, in a packed restaurant on a daily basis doing all these things. So there's gonna be these small things that I'm just not gonna know. And I think, you know, the person who was interviewing me picked up on that, and they're like, okay, this guy, you know, probably is lying on his resume. And, you know, it is what it is, but it taught me a lesson. You know what I mean? It taught me a lesson to be authentic. And, you know, lying isn't going to take you far. But what is going to take you far is being your raw, authentic self and taking the long way. You know what I mean? The long way would have been me starting off something else and working my way up. But, you know, if I did that, I actually would have gotten that job. But I think that that job wasn't meant for me. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I didn't get it, because, you know, I ended up finding something else that actually, you know, that actually works for me so much better. And, you know, it works for my schedule so much better. And I think that God has a way of meticulously planning the way our lives are going to go, and having, you know, a purpose in everything. Because there's certain things that have happened in my life, and I'm like, dog, that's God's timing. And there's no other explanation to it. There's no other explanation why all these puzzle pieces work so perfectly together. You know what I mean? And another thing about having undeniable faith is that it doesn't matter how many times you fail, you're still going to get back up. You're still gonna shoot your shot. You're still going to, you know, do that. You're still gonna do the right thing. It doesn't matter how many L's you take. And that's somewhere where I used to go wrong a lot. You know what I mean? When I used to play basketball for my school, I would, you know, miss a shot, or I would just, you know, lose the ball, or whatever it is, foul. And then I would make it lose confidence. Like, I would make it affect my confidence. And that's where I went wrong. You know what I mean? And it's like, I would let those failures discourage me. But now, as I've matured, that's something that I don't do anymore. It's like, it's not that I'm getting comfortable with losing, but it's that I don't allow the losses affect my choices. I still stay consistent every single day. I still post every single day, no matter how my posts do. I mean, I've been posting 2 to 3 times consistently every single day for over 100 days. And most people aren't willing to do that. You know what I mean? And what I'm conscious of is that I'm conscious of exponential growth, and I'm conscious of the work that I put in today. I'm going to reap the benefits of it 6 months in the future. And when you start thinking with that mentality, you're not thinking of what's going to make me feel good in the moment. You're thinking of, how can I plan my future? How can I set myself up for success in the future? Because even when you're trying to get into shape, when you're trying to eat healthy, you need to set yourself up to eat healthy. You need to set yourself up to go to the gym. Because if you're not planning, okay, I'm going to go to the gym at 6 a.m. When you wake up, how do you expect to do it if you're not telling yourself that you have to do it? You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're not planning to eat healthy, and then your boys are like, yo, let's just go out to fucking McDonald's and just have a nice meal. If you're not planning, okay, I'll go with you guys, but I'll bring my own healthy meal. If you're not planning in that way, you're not going to be able to, you know, genuinely be sustainable. Because sustainability is the key. Because it's like, if you eat healthy for 4 months, but then the rest of your life you just forget about it completely, it's like, bro, those 4 months were basically useless. It's like, it's about keeping these sustainable habits for life. And you know, in Max Out Fitness, what we do is that we basically create habits that are sustainable. You know what I mean? Because there's no point in you tracking your macros meticulously and doing all these things for this time period if you're just gonna fall off and get right back to those bad habits and not keep that up for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's nothing wrong with tracking your macros. I just personally believe that when you're 40, 50, 60, nobody's going to be doing that. You know what I mean? Because it's not sustainable. But once you build the mental picture of how much food your body needs, and you know how much you need by, you know, the systems that we put in place in my program, that's when, you're actually gonna see lifelong change, and that's the key. But if any of you guys are interested in getting into the best physical and mental shape of your lives, just go ahead and DM me the word fit on IG, and I'm gonna be personally reaching out to you guys, you know, breaking down exactly how it can help you guys get there. But guys, thank you for tuning into the video. If you have any comments or questions, you can either just DM me or comment it down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get it.